It's a yes-bank maximum, the first of this contest. Oh, that is brilliant. It's a hero maximum. On the ground, down the ground, another hero maximum.
So should we talk about who potentially might be the next captain? I think that's going to be quite the story over the Australian summer, and we'll enjoy it as well over the ditch also. So I think there's obviously a few candidates. I think should we hear from Simon first? I think he's got a take, and then we'll go from there.
Another long form essay from Crom.
Obviously, Finch's retirement leads us to who should be skipping, which I think you've got to go back to Smith or Warner, don't you? I mean, I guess Pat Cummins could do it and lead the ODI side and the World Cup side. Maybe that's the obvious move and probably what they might do. But, I mean, a lot of people say he's their third best seamer in white ball cricket, which is a big call and makes for a damn strong side, damn strong bowling attack. And I tell you what, Sean Abbott's putting his hand up as one of the world-class bowlers as well, so maybe Pat Cummins is 4, but that's besides the point. This is one of those things, and let's not go down the Me Too side of things, but when someone does something wrong, you don't deal in the moment of giving them a ban that's lasting forever. Obviously, the public was out for absolute blood with Smith and Warner, and it was, fair to say it was a disgraceful act, which, put the game into disrepute and made it pretty embarrassing. But you shouldn't decide years on years of fate in that moment. You've got to give it time. I mean, I think hopefully we're learning from that. And maybe in the future you'd say, right, we're going to step them down for now and we'll review this later. Because basically what happens is people cool down. Life moves on. No one gives, some people still care, the ACC. But for the most part, people move on from these errors that people make. They're not public enemy number one. We realise Smith and Warner are great cricketers. So I think they should go back there. And this is the thing. This is exactly what got them into the mess at the start is they'll probably think everyone's going to come out for blood if they make them captain. It would last a week. People would move on. So it should be Smith. It probably should be Smith or Warner, if they're up for it, of course. And if that fails, they might go to Paddy Cummins. I mean, I know there's been talk of guys like Marnus, but, I mean, the guy loves Gerg, but he's a bit odd, isn't he? I think he's that sort of character, maybe like a Mark Richardson character, where he was our best opening bat, and we respect him as a bat, but we're not going to respect him as he's not going to be our skipper. We're not going to put old Rigger as our skip, as good as he is. So we're not going Marnus. I mean, you do that wait on stuff a bit much, and that's you gone from skip. Cummings, and I genuinely hope they go Smith or Warner. Serve the time. They did the crime. Move on.
I love that from Lugsy. He summed it up, and I summed it up pretty well actually. And I'll touch on the Marnus one was sensational. You can't have your captain like over appealing from deep square leg sort of thing.
No,
like that's
not at all.
It's just a lack of I don't know what it is, but he's just he's the guy that you sort of laugh at a little bit too much. Like I don't know if your captain can be that sort of guy. Like probably a nice guy, if you're a friend of the show, I'm sure. But I just can't see it.
An AWL, an award-winning listener.
Yeah, I can't see it. I think the big thing for me is Finch is obviously still the T20 captain, but there's no chance he's captain past the T20 World Cup. So realistically, unless they are thinking we're going to have 3 different captains, whoever the ODI captain is probably going to be the T20 captain.
Yeah, 100%.
So for that, I think for me, I would Smith would be the best one-day captain in my opinion. Like I'm still not massively like he's an incredible bat, and he was probably I think he averaged 50 in that series, and that 100 was actually quite special because it wasn't easy batting out there against Bolt, Southey, the ball doing all sorts, and he just summed it up. He sums it up perfect. I love him as a batsman, but as a captain, he just a fraction whiny for me. I don't know what it is. Even with the when he did that he hit that six off, was it Ferguson? And then he sort of signalled to the umpires that New Zealand had 5 outside the ring or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So he got that no, but it was just the way he went about it just sort of irked me a little bit.
Just a wee bit whiny, yeah.
Just a little over the top. Like, it doesn't have to be like that. And I just...
Looks like his kit smells too. I don't know if you've ever picked up on that, but...
Yeah, so, I mean, and the thing about Warner is, I used to not like Warner, and he's a little bit irky as well, but he's definitely done his time. I mean, lifetime bans for ball tampering is outrageous. Like, you don't even get a lifetime sentence for, like, murder. And we're talking...
No, you get 25 years.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, whether you should or not is another story. But, like, it's just crazy to think, because things change. Like, Warner's been pretty exempt. Like, he's not everyone's cup of tea, but he's done nothing wrong. And he's still their best white ball player, probably.
He's probably... And I think, as Crom sort of said, if you go away from either of Finch or Warner... If you pick a batter, you're actually really... I don't know if there's any sort of guaranteed picks outside of those two, and your top for both T20 and one-day cricket. So, yeah, I think that's why it's got to be either of them, because, I mean, I saw somewhere saying Alex Carey may be a shout.
I've seen that. He's not even in the T20 side.
No, exactly. Again, you're picking the nicest bloke, not the best skip. I agree with the Warner take. I think he's been a T20 captain around the world, so unless you want 3 captains, you probably, as you said, you're having a white ball captain and a red ball captain. It seems like Cummins is getting a lot of white ball series off for a bit of rest recently. So, I mean, unless you're going to have 2 white ball captains, one's Cummins and one's whoever does it when he's away. Yeah, I think you've got to go Warner or Smith, and I would lean Warner as well. Sounds like the regime that handed down those bans has sort of moved on from Australian cricket, so
yeah,
they need to break bread and they need to remove that, because, again, Warner was a scapegoat there. The bowlers that said they didn't know, they knew.
It's funny, Mitchell Starc hasn't reverse swung a ball since, and he just can't believe it. He thought it was all himself.
Trust me. The bowlers knew. We can go deep into that if we want one day.
Yeah, that'd be an off-season sort of poll. We can really dig deep. I like that, because I think
so. The bowlers knew, the captain knew, everyone in that dressing room knew, but Warner got the year ban. So yeah, overturn that. Warner to be captain.
Yeah, I like that. Well, I'll third that Warner to be captain, because I don't think Smith is a definite for the T20 side, whereas Warner is. And Cummins, I think you're right. He seems to be taking a lot of white ball games off. Potentially, I think he's going out of his way not to miss red ball games, because obviously he's captain. So I think in his mind, if it's white ball games only, it allows him to be available for tests. So I don't think he is really going to be an option as a white ball skipper.
Yep.
So we'll settle on Warner. I like that.